You stacked the show.
I didn't know you were going to talk about Babe Ruth.
You got upset when
Babe Ruth was literally pitching half
When
of
Babe
his
Ruth
20s.
came up, you literally said, "Stay on this graphic." You made us
I
spend
wasn't
more
prepared
time
to talk
there.
about Babe Ruth, who pitched and was good.
Well,
so if
but-
Mahomes starts being Travis Hunter,
he didn't start hitting tons of homers until he stopped.
Also,
pitching.
the other Mahomes Babe Ruth thing is one rival traded him to the other, and then he killed him for years.
Yes.
by the way, did you hear what happened earlier today before we get to the letter?
No.
Mahomes, my goodness. Nick Wright was on a Buffalo radio show.
No, Chicago.
Chicago radio show, screaming.
It wasn't.
I was surprised.
You got in an argument with the.
No,
He's doing a thing. He's like,
I was performing.
He's performing. He does the nerd voice. I hear him in the other. He's like, he's nerd. He's not even good. Budless letter. You should do it at some point.
No, I won't. You steal my takes when you do other media.
Yeah,
I steal your comedy when I do other
It's not
media.
comedy. Budless letter, most motivational segment, all sports. Also, time we read some fake letters or real YouTube comments that I then write. I thought this one hit me like a ton of bricks.
What?
Everyone always asks, where is Cowboy
Well,
Brew?
they care about that's
But no one ever asks,
that's heartwarming.
how is Cowboy
I think
Brew?
that's heartwarming
How is Cowboy?
because they care about me. How
I know,
feel.
especially
That's nice.
with the Ravens loss.
Yeah.
It's like, man, are you taking it hard? Like, no, actually, great job.
Gone fishing.
I'm going fishing. That's
the
right,
Ravens.
with the Ravens.
Like a Key West thing. It's beautiful.
What happened to Muscular Brew?
Well, the other comments that we polled, Christina and I, no one likes Muscular Brew.
That looks nothing
No
like
one
me.
likes, regardless,
You guys see
no
me
one likes
around the
Muscular Brew.
office. When I'm not in my suit and I'm in a t-shirt, you know the guns are popping. This is what it is. All right, here we go. Number 3, Josh Allen. All right, now, Josh, why not now?
Oh.
Why not now, Josh?
that.
You are going to have to climb and conquer Mount Mahomes at some point because you're 29 and he's 28. He's only a few months older than you. He ain't going anywhere. So you have got to beat him. So do it now. And there will be those. I think you're playing with house money personally. But a lot of people don't, including one guy I surmise who's been in your corner all year. We already saw it a little bit today. Earlier in the show, we start seeing him take little shots. Josh wasn't that much better than Mahomes this year. Look,
Well, that part I believe.
I mean, but they're ready to pounce. Some people are going to pounce on you and say, well, you're 3-1 against him in the regular season, but 0-4 in the playoffs.
That would seem relevant.
You can't beat him in the playoffs. Why not? You would become, Josh, I get that. I get that. You would become the only quarterback ever to lose, to go 0-4 against a contemporary, an opponent in the history of the NFL. So that's not a place that you want to be. All right, so go out there, and I think you can win this game. I'm going to give you some motivation quickly.
Oh.
First of all, here's what's on the line for you, obviously, getting to the Super Bowl. But beyond that, first, you got the chance to deliver Buffalo its first Super Bowl, to end the forever the bridesmaid pattern that the Bills have. Secondly, you will be, in many people's eyes, I would say most pundits' eyes, the unofficial best quarterback in the world. A lot of people will start saying that.
Unofficial.
Thirdly, it might, I'm not saying guarantee, could him get into the Super Bowl, and let's say you win it, seal him in Canton?
No.
Okay, it's out there. It could be out there. If you win this one, it just might be out there. That's all I'm saying. And fourth, because these aren't voters, I'm just throwing it out there to them. What better way to, you're probably not winning an MVP, it appears. What better way to overcome that than getting to the Super Bowl? Okay. All right, at number 2.
Believe in him?
Oh, Josh, I do believe in you. I absolutely believe in you.
This
Patrick Mahomes
is an outrage.
It's motivational.
No, it's
Having
motivational.
Mahomes higher on the list than Josh Allen is an. I never interrupt the
Here's
ball.
why.
This is
No,
an
you
outrage.
clearly do.
This is an outrage.
It's what I said earlier. Best quarterback in the world on the line, unofficially.
Unofficially. It's
I
unofficial.
still think you will be.
It's unofficial.
Obviously, there's nothing legitimate. You lose nobody's killing you. You got 3 Super Bowls. You got 2 MVPs. You're still obviously top 2, 3 quarterback in everybody's eyes of all time. But
of all time.
Of all time.
Okay.
But you, too bad, mediocre regular season, certainly by your standards, and lose this game, you will lose that unofficial title as best QB in the world. And that is, I know you care about it because you're a human being.
Who says it?
We all care about it. No, if
You're
you lose
making
the game.
this up.
If you lose the game.
Unofficial.
Unofficial.
It's unofficial.
There are already people saying
Can I ask you a quick question, Brou?
Yeah.
Can I go on? When you say unofficial, does that mean it's official? When you go like unofficial?
No, it means unofficial.
Okay. Why are you doing that then?
It means because people are saying it.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Because usually this means like the opposite.
No.
You're like, I was sick yesterday. Means like you weren't sick.
No.
Wink, wink.
No, I would still have Mahomes. I still have you as number 1, Patrick. I was the first one to call you Jordan Ness. I was the first one to say you're the best quarterback we've ever seen. All right, check SI.
Good point, Drew.
But Nick knows. You know I'm right, Nick. Am I not right on this?
No, I
Some people are
I
gonna be saying
understand that. But the other guy, so that's why Mahomes being on the list is fair. But the fact that you're saying if Mahomes loses,
Who's got the
some
better
will
team?
say you're not the best quarterback in the world. If Allen loses, people will say you will never beat him. You're the first quarterback ever to go 0 for 4 against another guy.
You know what cogent people will say?
Yeah.
Chiefs were better. It's a team sport. They had 2 Pro Bowlers, including Josh Allen. The Chiefs had 5, not including their best player, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, they're not, and they're in Arrowhead.
Yep.
My belief, I only put Josh on there because I try to balance it between my beliefs and what's out there in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And people in the atmosphere feel like Josh should go in there and win. I don't think he should go in there and win. Now, he might, and that would be great. And that's why people would start calling you the best.
And that's why it's unofficial.
Right.
Unofficial.
That's why it's unofficial.
Yeah.
All right, Patrick,
Makes
you
total
know.
sense.
You know, because I believe in you.
Yeah.
So go out there and show it. All right, at number 1, you'll like this one. Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown.
That makes sense.
Jalen is simple for you. Lose, and you are getting blamed. You're the only part of the team, and you're good. You know I think you're a good quarterback, but you're the only part of the team that's not top 5. Offensive line, defense overall, running game, wide receivers. Every other department, so to speak, is top 5 in the league except quarterback. So you will get the blame, but just go out there and do you, and then you can say to everybody, if you win, all I do is win, 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 no matter what.
Thanks.
All right, so that's good. Nick didn't get that one. All right, AJ, I mean, it was all good until a month or so ago, you criticized the passing game. The vibes were great. And where were the vibes on a 1 to 10 scale?
About 8.7.
They might have been even better.
Well,
I
think a 9. They plummeted when AJ talked about the passing
or
game.
unofficial vibe scale?
Unofficial, of course.
Yeah.
And what you can't do when you criticize the quarterback and throw the locker room into a tizzy is drop passes. You dropped 2 passes. You're supposed to be one of the best receivers in the world. You dropped 2 passes last week, and it could have cost you. Fortunately, you guys won, but you have to go out and play a great game, not drop passes, support your quarterback. No foolishness on the sideline. I don't mind the book. Coach and Nick are in a
if the book shows up,
about
you think the book?
No, I mean,
you wouldn't have an issue if you broke out the book.
Maybe I'm naive. Maybe I'm gullible. I believe you get motivation from the book. I got it right here. I'm gonna start reading somewhere in there. I got it. So anyway, AJ, Jalen, I do believe in you. I think I'm riding with Philly. I'm not sure yet. My official pick tomorrow.
Unofficial?
That's the bloodless.
Who's your unofficial pick? Eagles right now. Unofficial.
Right now, Eagles.
Eagles unofficial. Official on Friday.
Yes.
We do so many segments, but that's the only segment that just clarifies everything to the viewer.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Finally, you just break it down. unofficial, like Nick can't get his head around it.
Nick tried
For
to.
me, it was like, oh, that's about as clear as you can get.
I'm trying to wreck it.
The only thing I didn't love was I believe that A.J. Brown's book thing was a legitimate thing. That's the only thing
You saw that heartwarming video?
Oh, yeah, I saw
sit-down
the
interview
whole
with the author?
Yeah.
That was
yeah,
great.
they were gullible too. So that's the only thing I slightly disagree with you on. And another fantastic list. I mean, you're in championship.
Who's your pick, Coach?
Sorry, it's just so good.
I'm in playoff mode.
Right. So yeah, for me, I'm going to add the Washington Commanders run defense. Okay, I'm adding that to the list. And I showed you the tape earlier and how good the offensive line did, how they created numbers, the seams that Saquon's able to exploit, and how he can turn a single or a double into a home run. But let me just show you this graphic right here in terms of the progress that they made. Okay, so the first game against Philly, obviously had the 26 carries for 5.6 yards, the 2 touchdowns, 146 overall rush yards. Now, if you look at the first quarter of the last game, again, very impressive, 109 total yards, 2 touchdowns. But quarters 2 through 4, look at that dynamic. 22 carries, 1.9 yards a carry, and only 41 yards. So you've shown the ability to do that.
That's interesting.
You have shown the ability to stop them, and you did a great job with it after the first quarter last game. We can't have that let down early. And look, he may get his yards. That's fine. And he may average 4 yards a carry, 4.5 yards a carry. Just we can't have the home runs or even the big play, the 25 to 30 yard type chunks. Just let him get his yards, but we need to do a better job of getting off those blocks and getting some sort of middle ground between what you did in the first quarter and what you did through quarters 2 through 4.
Coach, Nick alluded to it earlier. How much of that you think was Kenny Pickett being in instead of Jalen?
I don't think it was purely Kenny Pickett being in. And I think that the advantage they have this week is Jalen's going in hurt. So we don't know how effective he's going to be as a passer. And the starting point has to be for Washington to stop Saquon and make Jalen Hurts beat him. Otherwise, once he gets rolling, I mean, now you're trying to defend everything and you end up defending nothing.
Fair. If you let Saquon go for $150 again, a third time, that's tough. Yeah.
But it also, just in their defense, if they do, the guy averaged like $125 a game. Right. Like that's just if Saquon Barkley goes for 130 yards, that's an average game.
Yeah.
And so
But they have shown the ability now. I mean, 22 carries for 1.9 yards a carry.
Right.
That's impressive. That's impressive with that offensive line the way that he plays.
Coaches.
So they can do it.
All right.
Kevin Wilde.
Time now, whether you like it or not, for the media ombudsman. Sports time now, whether you like it or not. The sports media ombudsman.
Thank you so much, Kevin Wilde. It's Thursday, a little after 4:10. I think everybody
Stop
knows.
trying to brand it. It's Brou's segment. You got a little carve out, but you're going crazy.
And it's such a
dropping
good
like
segment.
time stamps now. It's too much, dude.
Stop trying to come between.
Both of y'all tried to.
No.
You're mad. You tried to take it.
I'm just in here. I say I'm mad at this person above us. I start chatting. He's
just
got
enjoy
a
it.
whole new carve out.
Coach is the only one that's
He's about to have a
all
new
in
graph.
on the bud list.
There's no graphic, and Brou likes this.
I am interested
He's
always.
interested. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I think it's
You're a
gonna
good
get us-
teammate.
I mean-
So everyone assumes they know what the topic's going to be this week. Everyone's like, oh, Nick's going to talk about the media complaining, adding fuel to the refs, and Aikman focusing on it, and J Mac, tweeting out these stats, and Warren Sharp. No, I'm not. That's actually got handled earlier in the week. This is a more holistic thing about how these NFL playoffs have been covered. And Brou will respect this because I want to go back to a day with a more rough and tumble media. So, you know who's under duress?
What?
The soft NFL media is under duress.
Thousands of people?
Because here's the deal. Can we please stop with the moment a game ends, people's takes being defending guys against takes that haven't even come out yet? Just the moment the Chargers season ended, before anyone had cracked a microphone, you know what I saw 100 times from media members? Nobody better put this whole thing on Justin Herbert. Oh, people are going to say Justin Herbert crumbled under pressure. You know what I saw the moment the Ravens season ended? Before anyone had said a word about Lamar or Mark Andrews, Dan Orlovsky telling the whole world, you're a loser if you blame Lamar. You're a loser if you blame Mark Andrews. And then Mark Andrews said nothing because he didn't meet with the media. And then members of the media were like, I get it. I understand. He's going through a tough time. What's happened to everyone? I get it. We don't necessarily need to go back to a time when Brou was, whippersnapper in the game, when the columnists would just be like, this guy's dumb, fire this guy, everyone sucks.
Season.
I get it, but we've overcorrected. You know how I know? Because on this show, just a couple days ago, Kevin Wilde's out here defending Jared Goff for a 4-turnover performance.
What did I say?
And you know what?
He had 5 and won a game.
It was in line with everyone else. Everyone right now, we have a whole new generation of media members that feel so comfortable criticizing other media members, myself included, but so many of them are terrified of ever criticizing an athlete. Here's the deal pro athletes make, and I think Brou will agree. It's an awesome gig. It's kind of the gig almost all of us had dreamt about growing up. Usually comes with a lot of money. Usually comes with a fair amount of fame. If you're a single guy, there's usually some good other accoutrement that goes along with it. There is one downside. If you fail on the biggest stage, it's a little more public than if you work at UPS and you drop a package and people in our job criticize you. But now everybody gets their cake and eat it too. It's like I get all this stuff and the media will defend me against criticism before it even happens. So I'm just of the belief, if you set your season high in turnovers in a playoff game, you probably should be criticized a bit, and that doesn't make anyone a loser or an idiot or lowbrow. I think that's kind of how the sports media game is supposed to work.
Man.
Brou?
That was like a throwback.
Yes.
Throwback rant. Yeah, look, and we talked about it. Michael Jordan, until he won the championship, everybody loved him in the shoes and all that, but he got a ton of criticism. Oh, he's just a big scorer. He's not like Magic and Bird. Magic got criticized after winning championships.
Yes.
Tragic Johnson and all, like it happened. It's happened to the greats. Hasn't happened to Mahomes because he won right away, but it happens. It's part of the landscape, and it's not just sports. Any public job. We get criticized.
Yeah.
Like any public job, politicians, whatever, actors, you get criticized. So I do agree. And I've said with Lamar, and obviously I love Lamar, but
you've been more fair than anybody.
Be patronizing to just, it's okay. He's gonna get I don't even think he wants
These
that.
guys went on TV and said, I just know how bad he wants it. I feel for him.
I mean, they all want it.
Then go work for him instead of for a network. Sorry, Wiles.
Where are you at? Because you're
Wiles wants to be nice.
gentle and all that.
I kind of like not criticizing. I don't want to be criticized either. You're like, you're taking you're actors, politicians, and we're doing, we had fake Andy Reid on. I don't think we're in the same boat. Sorry. I'm putting Jimmy Butler on the Bud list. What did we write there? Jimmy's putting heat culture under duress. What's going on here? Jimmy got suspended again for missing the flight to Milwaukee, so he got suspended for 2 more games. Now, today's Thursday, obviously. Jimmy just came back last Friday, so he didn't even make it a whole week without getting suspended. When he came back last Friday, his agent, or he and his agent, I know you can't quite read the fine print, put out a Jordan-esque I'm back.
Yeah.
Till Thursday, where I'll get suspended again. And when he does come back, and then this might be unfair, so I'm going to say might be unfair, okay? But I put it through the something or nothing machine, and it came out as not nothing. Jimmy wore Suns-colored shoes. Now, maybe it's a total coincidence. And I did get tricked. Remember I told you it was officially the Suns Twitter feed put it out? Not true.
I figured that.
Well, this stupid verified system, what am I supposed to know? It says Phoenix Suns with a verified. That seems good to me. Not the real Suns.
Definitely Suns color.
It certainly looks kind of Sunsy, or maybe you're a fan of Guy Fieri. One way or the other, it feels like if I wanted to go to the Suns, maybe I would put those shoes on.
He's under contract, and he can sign an extension, so he's going to have a bunch of money coming his way, but he's mad about money, I guess. I'm going to defer to you to talk about this. And everyone is up and on. I listen to Le Batard on how bad it's gotten. Here's how bad it's gotten. 2 years ago, Jimmy Butler and Spo literally were going to fight in a huddle.
Yeah, I remember that.
The article was written from Ryan Young on Yahoo. A different angle showed Butler talking to Spo and apparently challenging him to a fight during a timeout, and Haslam stepped in and started yelling. It's worse than that. And they end up going to the Eastern Conference Finals after this. So maybe, optimistically, this is all just water under the bridge. Or maybe it's just an outright disaster. Brou, how do you see this playing out?
Well, Jimmy wants his money. He's upset that they won't give him a contract extension. Here's what I say to Jimmy. If they don't trade you, opt into that $52 million next year.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure where he's getting that at 30. Is he 36?
Yeah.
35? Will be 30. 36 years old. I don't know where he's getting that money next year. And everywhere he's been, Minnesota, Philadelphia, it's kind of ended this way.
Yeah.
You know, like Chicago obviously is where he started, but it's kind of ended this way. And any team that trades, it's just complicated to trade for him. So it is, it is not a foregone conclusion that he's traded before the trade deadline.
Oh, of course not.
Like,
and
it's
I think
very
Pat
likely
Riley
he
might
might
just
not
be
be.
like, you know what, screw you. Even if it's best for us, I'm not doing it.
You know what I do old school? My back hurts. Yeah, missing flights and all this stuff, wearing shoes.
If you're Jimmy.
Yeah.
No, that's where he can get the $52 million and his back hurts.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.